Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm Chump Change. This is recorded and live. If you guys have any questions after the fact, please leave it in the comments below. What's going on, Mr. DJ Mines? How you doing, buddy? Good morning, Black Cat Crypto. We have Steven Cicero. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Who else do we got? Automatic Beats. What's going on? Sloth Squash Kaiser. What's up? Gandalf Gray. I believe he said he discovered a water leak in his basement this morning. That's terrible, dude. I'm sorry. He said, when clearing my electrical panel for power upgrade. Dude, that's terrible. It really is always something. It's always something. Leo Lusting, what's up, buddy? Dumpster Fire, how you doing, bud? Good to see you guys. Man, I'm tired. I woke up a little late. I didn't set my alarm. Thankfully, I actually woke up on my own. It was kind of crazy. But all right, let's get into, let me share my screen quick. Hold on. Sorry, guys. All right, let's see. So we're looking pretty decent this morning. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. 22, almost 23,000 Bitcoin, still 1,600 ETH. I mean, everything's holding pretty steady. But this is going to be somewhat of an exciting week, if I'm not mistaken, for Bitcoin, because they have the death cross coming this week, or it should cross this week. Something should happen. So it's going to be exciting nonetheless. All right, let's check out the Fear and Greed Index. We're at 56, still pretty much where it was yesterday, 58. Not too bad, not too bad. We do have the Flux halving coming up in a day. There was another countdown rather that was saying the 8th, so today's the 6th. I guess it would be, I don't know, day in 16 hours. What do you guys think? Think it's gonna happen tomorrow? We will see, I guess. We will see. Oh, that's not the page. I want to watch this. So Altcoin Daily, there's something here that I want to go over. And there's also, I need to grab the article, 1 second, that I headlined real quick. They are asking for the money back from Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried, which is kind of crazy. Again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. Let me blow this up because it's kind of funny. So FTX asks politicians who received Bankman-Fried donations to return the money. What do you think the odds of this actually happening are? And then also there was a video from CoinDesk that states FTX had I don't even know, an insane amount of money, as you can see in the title of the video, at the end of 2022. So I guess we'll see. But either way, it goes on to say Sam Bankman-Fried showered politicians with tens of millions of dollars in the campaign contributes before his FTX empire imploded last November. Now the bankrupt crypto exchange wants the money back. On Sunday, FTX Group said it is sending confidential letters to politicians and other political beneficiaries of Bankman-Fried, his deputies and his companies, asking them to return the money by the end of the month. In a press release, the debtors, did he say that? Said that they reserve the right to try to force repayments plus interest through court action. What? How can they take the money back? How does that even make sense? Isn't a donation non-refundable? If I'm not mistaken. If I'm incorrect, let me know in the chat. The announcement escalates a fight over as much as $93 million. Could you imagine? Oh my God, you had to pay that back. According to the debtors' estimates, it says, in political donations, FTX made to an array of DC lawmakers and caused across the political spectrum. 1 in 3 members of the current U.S. Congress received contributions from Bankman-Fried's orbit, according to CoinDesk reporting it. It was a monumental influence campaign that crossed party lines. Sorry, I'm having trouble talking this morning. Jeez. All right, with FTX top brass now facing an array of criminal charges over their alleged multi-billion-dollar fraud, many of their beneficiaries have tried to cancel out of the taint of scandal by making equivalent donations to charities. But the debtors, now charged with recouping creditors' losses, warn such action does not prevent the FTX debtors from seeking recovery. So, odds that this clown actually gets money given back to him from the political party, I think it's slim to none. What do you guys think? I don't think it's going to happen. All right, I pulled up the chat again. Sorry. I need to redo this setup. It's driving me friggin' nuts trying to like run all this. All right, let me turn everything back on quick. All right, there we go. Leo Lusting. Let's see. Politicians give money back. Autocorrect barely let me type, dude. It's yeah. Autocorrect on the phone's awful. Jabs aside, isn't the money spent? That's what I thought too, Leo Lusting. I thought I don't know what happens to that money. I don't know how that shit works, to be honest. Mr. Yeti, good to see you, buddy. I saw something about the UK stuff too. Actually, here, let's go to CoinDesk. UK financial regulator warns crypto firms of jail time for unauthorized ads. I don't know what this is all about. I didn't read this, but there's some UK news for you. The rules aren't set in stone, but will mirror those of other high-risk investments, the Financial Conduct Authority said. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just about advertising, jail time. That's great. I'm not going to dive into this too much. I want to watch a few things this morning. Let's see. Oh yeah, the UK are going to be regulating crypto exchanges and adverts. Jeez, that's crazy. D-Modding, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Not if it's stolen property. Sloth Squash. So you're saying they can get the money back if it's stolen? Man, that sucks to the freaking politicians, huh? That's crazy. All right, let's see. Let's go to what I want to do. So, Crypto Zombie had a pretty good video that I started to watch, but I just stopped because I'd rather watch it with you guys. Then I have this one right here. This, I almost made this like the title, but I don't know. I don't like to like do FUD stuff. So this is I honestly think that this is some sort of AI BS. So let's listen to this just because it's like 8 minutes long. I thought it was pretty interesting. You guys know Michael Saylor is a pretty big advocate for Bitcoin in general, and he's never really liked Ethereum, but this audio was kind of interesting. So if anybody knows where this was from, if it was from anything, if it wasn't faked, let us know. Let's see. Oh, I gotta turn on the volume.
On the Bitcoin. Right? Look, I'm going to be completely honest here. I'm in over my head on the Bitcoin stuff.
You know who Michael Saylor is, right?
People are asking me whether or not I'm still bullish on Bitcoin.
Real quick, every link or anything we go over today will be down in the description below. So huge shout out to Altcoin Daily for getting this video together.
And I would like to just clarify that I am more bullish than ever on Bitcoin.
He's the CEO of MicroStrategy.
I don't think there's any outcome other than favorable for Bitcoin.
His company was buying billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah, he's like the
all
biggest
the way to the tippy top of
ever.
the last bull cycle. I think Bitcoin was like 65K.
If you want to be successful, then you adopt the Bitcoin standard. You buy Bitcoin, you hold Bitcoin, you support the Bitcoin protocol. You do not sell your Bitcoin.
To say this guy is bullish on Bitcoin is an understatement.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
So this, what the hell? If I can get my mouse back. Just skip through these ads. Sorry, guys. So what is said at the end of this video or in this video in general is
right? There's no second best.
I mean, Michael Saylor,
it kind of contradicts what he just said there.
Bitcoin more than most people love their own mother. Nothing wrong.
How he's saying there's no like second best or whatever. That's kind of what I was getting at.
With being into Bitcoin. I'm into Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I follow the cryptocurrency market every day.
I love Bitcoin. All right, let's see. I want to kind of scroll through a little bit. He goes, I mean, he's actually pretty quick with this, so whatever.
We post videos on this channel. This is why you subscribe.
Go sub to Altcoin Daily
we keep you
for
updated
news like this.
On crypto, Bitcoin, crypto, the whole market every day.
For the first time in human history, we can grant property rights to 8 billion people. That's what I think is cool.
With Michael Saylor, though, it's funny. Have you ever heard Michael Saylor talk about other crypto projects?
I think the best thing for the world would be if the SEC pretty much shut down all of it.
So I found this interesting too. So he says like they should shut down everything, right? The SEC or whatever for just like the US dollar and adopt Bitcoin, right? If like there's no possible way for them to make money off of Bitcoin, so that would never happen. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
It's all unethical, right? I mean, the Bitcoin position would be Bitcoin is an ethical commodity. All of these other altcoins are unregistered securities. They're all just equity tokens issued by a company in order to get around going public. They're all unregistered securities. It's unethical to promote them. It's illegal to trade them. It's securities fraud, right? That's
right,
what's
what
going on.
I'm going to do is I'm going to skip to the end of this, right? I just kind of want to get to the point here because looks like a few of you have already seen it. Stacker TR. Let's listen to this, right? Right here. We'll see timestamped it here. So this is supposedly leaked audio, but I think it's AI bullshit, to be honest.
These Bitcoin maxis who think they know what I'm going in.
I'm going to scroll
all
back.
right now. I
Right, yeah.
would, but we have to wait for.
There it is.
Look, I'm going to be completely honest here. I'm in over my head on the Bitcoin stuff. This has legitimately ruined my life. If I could sell it all right now, I would, but we have to wait for break even. That's what I keep telling myself. Just wait for break even.
So the only lick of truth there in this, whatever he's saying, right? He was buying all the way up, even as it was growing. So like if he, you know, bought above 20 grand, he's in a loss right now. So I get that aspect, but I still think that this was manipulated.
I mean, I'm sure in retrospect, Michael Saylor would have bought less Bitcoin at the top.
It's
Who
got to be
wouldn't?
fake. Yeah.
And when you're
You'll hear the whole thing in a
overexposed to
second.
any asset, it can feel overwhelming when you're down.
I'm going insane having to deal with these Bitcoin maxis who think they know what they're talking about.
Maxis can be hard to deal with sometimes, I think, especially if that's mostly to all of the people you're dealing
What the hell's that guy's name? I can't think of it. I can't think of his name.
with, like Saylor. Now, what surprised me most was him saying this.
I should have bought Ethereum. I really should have.
That's what I think. Like as soon as I heard that, I was like, no way. Not a chance this is real.
Did I hear that right?
I should have bought Ethereum. I really should have.
Can you believe this?
I should have bought Ethereum. I really should have.
If this is what he's
I
really
think it's
thinking,
AI shit.
I think somebody needs to check on Michael Saylor.
I'm praying for one more cycle, then I'm rotating all into Ethereum.
Okay, let me just play you the full audio clip, and you tell me in the comments section what's going on. Is this even real? Because I'm not sure.
I don't think it is.
Also, does anybody know where this clip is from? Like what podcast or like what phone call is this? And when did Michael Saylor say this? That's a big one. When did Michael Saylor say this?
Good morning, all set.
Make sure you subscribe to Altcoin Daily for daily videos
shout out
on
to Altcoin
everything
Daily.
going on in cryptocurrency. Tap the like button if you're still watching. Tap the like button
Gently.
if you're still watching. And here's the clip in full.
Look, I'm going to be completely honest here. I'm in over my head on the Bitcoin stuff. This has legitimately ruined my life. If I could sell it all right now, I would. But we have to wait for break even. That's what I keep telling myself. Just wait for break even. I'm going insane having to deal with these Bitcoin maxis who think they know what they're talking about. I've been secretly buying NFTs on Ethereum for months now. Bitcoin fucking sucks. I should have bought Ethereum. I really should have. I bought a few pudgy penguins last night just to feel something.
That is 100% fake. There's no way that's real. I bought a few pudgy penguins just to feel better.
They helped me get through the pain of holding this absolute scam of a boomer coin. I'm praying for one more cycle, then I'm rotating all into Ethereum. There is a second best, and it's Bitcoin.
That's hysterical. There's no way. There's no way it's real, but shout out to Altcoin Daily for finding that. I don't know who the hell sent it to him, but that was interesting. All right, let's see. I would love to do a 100% AI-driven video for Chump. Dude, that'd be miserable. Don't do that. I unsubbed from Altcoin Daily. Half the video he promotes his channel. Yeah, he does that all the time. It's, I mean, I get it, but it's probably like, you know, in lieu of buttholes like me that want to just watch his videos on their own streams, you know. So I get it. Can't really give him shit for that. But again, Fear and Greed Index 56. All right, let's see. So Bitcoin final warning: whales caught red-handed. So let's see what Crypto Zombie says. Again, I will leave links to the channels in the description below if anybody's watching this after the fact, or if you guys are interested in these videos. If I could unmute it, that'd be great. Hold on. Here we go.
I think we're about to replay a little bit of that, at least in the next 30 to 90 days. The pain trade is to go up. So that's probably where we're going.
Oh boy. beginning to his videos are
to
hysterical.
be one of the biggest weeks for Bitcoin. Now you can see right here, Bitcoin has been consolidating in this parallel channel. However, if I zoom in right here, you can see that we're starting to push to the downside. Now currently we are still, putting in higher highs, but if we do dip below this level right here, which is sitting at around 22,230, then that would put us down in the possibility of now putting in a lower low on this move, right? So I wanted to discuss why next week is going to be probably one of the biggest weeks for Bitcoin. If you were following me over on Twitter, I said next week is going to be very, very interesting. You can see we not only have the potential for...
So are you guys nervous about this at all? DJ, I don't know. Do you follow charts too? I know you're here, obviously, listening. I don't know if you chart or if you just do, like, pay attention to the market. Let me know. I'm interested.
Of a death cross on the weekly, but we also have those major resistances intersecting, and that's all going to come to fruition.
It's going
by
to be a
next
shit
week.
show
Also,
for sure.
Shout out to the Meg who mentions that we also have hidden bearish divergence on daily, as well as MACD negative 130 on daily as well. We never had such a combination with a green weekly candle. I just saw that right now. I did like that comment, but big things we need to pay attention to. So I do kind of have a bit of a short-term warning, and it's not even just that. There's some other players that are pointing out some things right now that we do need to discuss. Now, it's not all negative, right? As we were calling for the potential for the bottom, and we said, hey man, this is getting way oversold. The RSI is crazy low. All these indicators are firing. We knew we were due for a massive move. And from bottom to top, you can see right here, we did have from bottom all the way to the top about a 55 to 56% move.
That's interesting that you say that, Mr. Gandalf Gray. Says the death cross and the golden cross have been wrong more than they have been right. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Depending on where you're looking. Now, the reality of the situation is, despite this amazing move from the bottom,
Good morning,
Bitcoin is still
Kaiser.
currently down about 67%, right? So we are still quite far off of the all-time
So we're
highs.
67%
Now, this does
down
not
from the
mean
top
that we are, going to just go down to these lower
of like
levels.
the 69K or whatever we hit.
It does still show that we are in a bearish trend, though. We are still technically in that bear market trend. We're having this bull market rally, but there's a few more things that we need to see in order to get that confirmation. Now, billionaire Chamath Palihapitiya, you might know who he is. He's actually quite bullish
He said
for the
that really
next
fast.
3 months, which is very interesting because I don't know if you've ever heard that saying, sell in May, go away, February, March, April, May. So could we be in one of those scenarios where the bears are going to be in
Possibly.
a red week? So this is not even as
I'm just
was
trying to
back
skip
then.
through. Sorry, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight weeks. What does Bitcoin have going on right now? How many have we pumped? 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're putting in a red week. So this is not even as strong as it was back then. Something else I wanted to point out is what my buddy CryptoFace had mentioned. If you guys, we've had him on the channel before. He's the creator of the Market Cipher Indicator.
Good morning, Mr.
Awesome
Brian
indicator
Hollywood.
for both beginner and advanced. If you guys want to check it out, I use it on occasion too for trading. That's actually where my long and short, if you've ever seen my signals come up, they come from this thing. But he says it was a fun ride up, but the flow of money is certainly bleeding out. Unless Bitcoin has a miracle week this week of inflow, it's sideways and down for at least the next couple weeks or more. And
So personally, I think we're going to see a little bit of a pullback going down at least to that CME gap, which would be around what, 19? If I'm not mistaken, between 19 and 20K. Again, I'm not a trader, but I don't know. I've just had a feeling that this pump has been somewhat of a bull trap, which is kind of why I sold out a little bit of my Bitcoin.
interestingly enough, if you not only, pull out
Good morning,
this market
Ed.
cipher indicator, which if you guys are interested, by the way, you can check out the link below. It's not a free indicator. I'm just warning you. So it's not necessary.
Yeah, this is the chart, the indicator that I have, Market Cipher, as well. It works pretty good, but yeah, you do have to pay for it. So we could always cover charts if you guys are interested in that stuff. Like I show you whatever timelines you guys want during these days, like either in the afternoon or in the morning.
You don't have to get it, but if you do want to get it, it is a pretty cool indicator. But also this wave edge indicator as well, which is another one I've been looking at. And what's crazy is you can actually see that we've had right here, you see all of these red triangles right here. Basically what that indicates is massive whale selling, right? It finds large volumes of sell orders, and you could see that the whales have been selling. And it's really crazy if you look at this. I mean, this is really, really weird. Like, look at what they're doing. And I'm just saying, this is just kind of strange to me, right? Whale selling, let a Green Day pump. Whale selling, let the Green Day pump. Whale selling, Green Day. Whale selling, Green Day. Whale selling, right? Now, what is this telling me? Well, what do these big whales do? What does smart money do? Smart money sells into strength, right? So they're selling down, and then they're letting the market come back up, and then they're selling down, and then they're letting the market come back up, right? So short term, this is kind
What do you guys think about that? That's kind of interesting. More or less just to see how much push it has with the overall, you know, everybody, just the normal people, and then they put their money back in to see what happens.
showing me that people are taking profits at these levels, right? This isn't my opinion. This is what we're seeing on the chart
Whales
right here.
make waves, yeah.
But you know, it doesn't mean that it's over. I mean, for example, you know, right here.
I don't want to rip off this whole video, but I do want to get down to what they're saying over here. So let's go to this.
By the way, if you guys are not checking out All In Podcast, definitely check them out. Hopefully you guys let me use this clip with your approval. Please don't demonetize my channel, All In Podcast. I just really like this interview that you guys did. And I wanted to just play this clip of what Chamath was talking about.
Again, go sub to all of these people, and I'll put everything in the description.
Powell's probably going to end up, you know, backing out, how the markets are interpreting it, and why he still thinks that we could see, at least minimally, even if we are in a sideways chop, at, you know.
That's a good point too. Gandalf Gray said the funny thing about charts is you can use any metric on any time frame to see what you want, and that's 100% true. Actually, I kind of do believe that.
Somewhere between 3 to I think he says 3 months to a few more months on, you'll see, of potential upside. So I just want to play that clip super quick.
I watched Powell's speech, and it was really amazing because in December he was extremely hawkish, and he was basically like, "Listen, we're going to keep rates higher than you like and longer than you want." And that was pretty clear, and the markets reacted. And then not but 35, 40 days later, he essentially said we have 2 25 basis point hikes left to go, and he's going to try to stick the landing, essentially. And even though the rest of the language in his entire speech and the press conference, if you read it in the absence of his body language, so if you just read the transcript, would seem very hawkish as well. But the reality was he basically capitulated. And then the market essentially said, okay, we're at the end of this thing. And we've talked about this before, but markets tend to bottom 6 to 9 months before it's clear that you could have done this. And so we're a little bit off to the races in the short term. And then when Powell basically said we're mostly done, there's been so much systematic buying right now that nobody's really well positioned. To me, this is very similar and eerily reminiscent of the end of 2018 and beginning of 2019. And if you guys remember, at the end of 2018, October, November, December, the markets just fell. And part of it was Powell's going to raise rates, inflation's getting out of control, et cetera, et cetera. And then we got all this data that said China may be entering a real period of malaise, and Powell capitulated, again, trying to stick the landing. And long story short, he didn't. That was a head fake, and the markets just ripped higher. Then we went into the COVID pandemic and all of that stuff happened. So I think we're about to replay a little bit of that, at least in the next 30 to 90 days. The pain trade is to go up. So that's probably where we're going.
So, I mean, of course, the big question is, you know, everyone wonders, are these billionaires, do they just say things?
Again, shout out to that podcast. I don't even know what it was. I forget what he said the name of it was, but
so that the
All In Podcast right there, bottom left.
Market will do the other. I obviously, guys, take everything with a grain of salt, but he may have a point here. I still don't think we're 100% out of the woods just yet. I do think there's still a lot of issues macroeconomically that are going to filter their way in over time. But as we said, you know, everyone was getting too bearish. We knew it was time for the pop. Right now, everyone's getting extremely bullish. They're starting to feel cocky about those calls. I'm not saying that we can't have a fake out push up to that 28K range. I'm just saying be very careful, because if we do get rejected, you know, next week, and we will know literally pretty much a week from today, right? Or at least the following Monday. So
yeah, so that cross will happen about what, 8 days or so. We'll find it 7 days. Be interesting to see what actually comes of this. All right, let's check out Crypto Love. What's he saying? Again, go check out these guys in the description. All right, let's see. So he put out this morning, actually, an hour ago, the rally over 1 million BTC price. What's this about? Let's see.
and how Bitcoin could end up at $1.5 million per
Slick
Bitcoin
Nick, what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
in 7 years. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Come join us on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove. Push that like button. Now, today, Fear and Greed Index 56, down from yesterday.
K-Dub is the only TA guy that I trust. Yeah, he honestly, he's really good. K-Dub, he's the guy from Crypto Zombie.
Pretty much the same territory for the past week. Very low levels of greed.
Good morning, Debran. Happy Monday.
Overall prices come down about 2% today across the market. Bitcoin at
Doge is still looking good.
Ethereum at 1633, BNB at 325, XRP 39 cents, Cardano 39 cents, Dogecoin 9 cents, and Polygon $1.19. And Bitcoin right now, after breaking through this high level on the volume profile, has broken above it and then broke back down to below $23,000. If we can't find support,
I mean, look at how many green candles are in a row there. Like, look at that. What he's on the daily chart. Everything is green. Like, you can't just be green forever. So I kind of get the whole, pulling back a little bit.
support in this area, the high volume profile, maybe headed all the way back down to these support structures, all converging around $20,000. Now, as of right now, we saw greed on the Fear and Greed Index, but it seems like right now,
Oval Bore Tech
sentiment
wants
is
to buy
turning
more
very
Bitcoin, so he
optimistic
said, can
towards
it
the
dump
market.
down a little
Dumb
bit
money
more, please?
confidence is now at extremely elevated levels, while smart money confidence has been dropping like a stone.
And I am
smart money
in on
confidence
Doge
very,
right
very
now.
high when we were
Pretty
at
hard.
the lows a few weeks ago. Right now, as the price has gone up, smart money confidence not as confident. Not only that, but we take a look here at the medium-term risk levels. This has marked the top in the bear market throughout 2022. Medium-term risk levels are now extremely elevated. Each time they were elevated like this, the price just went down. So based on this, it looks like the rally may be over in the short term, but you definitely want to stay tuned until the end of the episode
Stacker me
to
as
see
well.
why having a longer mindset may be to your advantage. As a matter of fact, accumulating Bitcoin during this
All right.
opportunity
Let's look at
window.
this. Let's look at this real quick before he talks about it. So, dollar cost average. Is that the pink line? Is that what's happening? So, like, when it's in this pink line, this is when you want to buy? It's the best time to buy? Is that what he's saying? Interesting. That's kind of a cool looking chart, though. 43 days, 302 days. Why was this such a big span? 237 days?
Has been advantageous for those with low time preferences. That's people who can wait a little bit longer. If we take a look at the network cost basis to your EMA, Bitcoin very rarely sits in this red shaded area.
By the
it was
pink,
here
got
for
it.
43 days in 2011, 302 days in 2015, 132 in 2019, 10 days in 2020. So far, we've been here for 237 days. Now, a lot of you may have been kicking yourself because you think you missed buying the absolute bottom. But guess what? We're still in that red band. Great opportunity for people with low time.
That's just some asshole that took a highlighter and went like this across the chart. And the kid bumped their arm, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding. That's what it looked like, though. Look at it. It was like just all over the place, this thing. I don't know.
Time.
Those things interest me.
It does appear
in
like
weird
on
ways.
the 14-day GMMA oscillator that Bitcoin does have a trend
You can
reversal.
make
When it
charts
goes
look
from red-
good when you
from red to
manipulate data,
green,
yeah.
That pretty much
I
picks
agree,
out
Yankee.
the bottom for Bitcoin. Could likely be picking out a bottom.
I
for
mostly
Bitcoin.
think it's interesting that Crypto Love finds all these pictures. Because, like, obviously, he doesn't make all these. I'd be 100% shocked if he did. But these are, like, always somewhere on the internet. And he just kind of grabs them all from numerous locations, I'm assuming. And it's just crazy that there's so many different trends. Well, not really different trends. Everything's kind of got the same trajectory, right? But it's just a different way to look at it, which is weird. But I mean, everyone's got their own, opinion, their own look at things.
Not the
How it
absolute
goes.
bottom, but a bottom for Bitcoin. We do have a symmetrical pattern forming for Bitcoin from the tops in August, November, and March. If we just flip that right around, we have the bottoms here in June, November, and potentially one more bottom, roughly around $20,000. Those levels we were talking about right back here before we take off once again to above the zero line.
Is Crypto Zombie
right
the only one
here.
that talks
So
about
it
the
could
CME
be
gaps?
the
Do you guys
last
know?
opportunity we may have to accumulate at great prices. Right now, we're seeing a bullish signal flashing here, the Bollinger Band squeeze. This taking a look, when we have a Bollinger Band squeeze combining with an RSI crossing over the Bollinger Band baseline, that's a bullish signal. I know, so many B's in one thing, it's hard to get out. But basically, you have a squeeze in this red area, this squeeze in the Bollinger Bands. Then, when we have the RSI crossing over this dotted baseline, well, that has been a bullish signal back here in 2015. Also happened, we had a squeeze right here, crossing over the Bollinger Band baseline. Bullish signal back in 2019. Once again, it appears like we might have the same type of thing happening yet one more time.
So, like, looking at that, you can put arrows anywhere on this thing, make it look good. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, for sure. You can absolutely manipulate anything. But, I mean, yeah, again, just people, they use all different types of indicators, and when people see certain things, that's what they hope for, and then if this doesn't happen, then you'll never see this chart again. That's my opinion, but who knows?
Bullish signal for Bitcoin, and if that bullish signal doesn't do it for you, how about when the Williams %R left the oversold territory? Previous times this has happened, take a look at these rocket ships. Before every massive Bitcoin rally, it just happened once again. Why you need to have a longer time frame than maybe a short-term 100x leverage trader. Which brings us to this one. Very, very interesting chart. This is by ARK Invest. Bitcoin is likely to scale into a multi-trillion-dollar market. They estimate the price of one Bitcoin could exceed $1 million by 2030. This is what John McAfee has been talking about for years and years and years. ARK Invest is saying, hey, this is pretty darn likely. They have a bear case, a base case, and a bull case. Now, each case, based on the color, takes into consideration different use cases for Bitcoin. We have corporate treasuries, we have remittance assets, we have nation-state treasuries, we have emerging market currencies, we have economic settlement networks, seizure-resistant assets, institutional investments, and digital gold. Now, the bear case, worst case scenario by 2030.
Bill Lustig said that looks like the map of the state park.
In 7 years. Bitcoin would still be 10 times what it is right now.
Talking about the line.
What other investment can you get?
The highlighter line?
I don't know. But worst case scenario, basically if it was just some digital gold with some institutional investment, roughly $258,000 per Bitcoin. Then you have the base case. So this is probably, they would say, pretty good.
Looking at this chart, yeah, I guess by 2030 you could have your Lambo for sure. Base case and bull case. So at a minimum, we're looking at $682,000. 2030 rather. Sorry. I don't know. I would still be shocked if we even get like even the bear case it's saying here. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm not going to predict any of that
likelihood
stuff.
that this could happen.
Not me.
$682 million Bitcoin. That's a 30x in 7 years.
It's a lot.
It's not a long time. But the really big one, the bull case, and this is the one that I like to look at. I would like to say the bull case is an understatement. It'll be like 10 times as
Bro, I'm buying an island if Bitcoin goes to $1.48 million per coin. And you're all invited. Everybody that's here. All 51 of you. I don't even care.
But you know.
You don't even have to like me.
Optimistic.
Just come.
If we take a look here though, basically, if this does capture a portion of all of those markets, and we're not talking huge penetration here, in the bull cases, 5%, 10%, up to 25%.
We're not talking huge penetration here, he says.
That's basically it. 50% is the highest, but most of them between 5 and 10%. Well, that would be a $1.48 million Bitcoin in 7 years.
Never in a million years. I don't think it's going to get that high ever. That's just my opinion, but I hope. That'd be great. I would love it. Absolutely love it. Let me see. Ricky Bobby, what'd you say? We said we need to do one of the TAs with Boomhire. I don't even know who that is. From the King. Oh, Boomhire from the King of the Hill. That guy. The guy that drinks beer and barely talks. So you talking about big old green boner candle, then Spaceship Mars, man. Boomhauer. Oh God, that's so funny. You're the best. That's great. All right. Real quick, let's go to CoinDesk, right? We didn't even watch that yet. Title of the video. CoinDesk. Thanks to Crypto Love for putting that video together. But this video right here, I wanted to hear what they said. I stopped watching it like halfway, or not even like quarter of the way through, just to see what it was about. But yeah, they're saying that FTX held roughly 1.4 billion in cash at the end of 2022. So let's hear what they have to say on this one.
So do we have an update on what the hole is?
Let's put it at the beginning. There we go. Let's do it.
FTX had around $1.4 billion in cash as of the end of 2022, according to an interim financial update filed on Wednesday. That's an upgrade from what CEO John J. Ray said at the end of last year. Joining us now to discuss is Hodder Law Firm founder and managing partner Sasha Hodder. Sasha, good morning. Does this number mean that there will be more money for creditors, and how did that happen?
Oh, good morning. Yeah, it is. I mean, they're recovering more assets every week, it seems.
Real quick, I wonder if she got this microphone from Altered Components link. Shout out to Altered Component.
But really, they've got 101 different entities. So they're just sorting out the various amounts that should be in each of the entities' bank accounts. So it's a lot of internal transfers going on. Alameda's bank account received almost double, like it now has 800 million, where before it had 446 million. But it's not new money coming in, it's just transfers between their internal accounts. But there is a chance they have quite a bit in crypto.
Wait, they didn't seize everything? They wouldn't seize all of Alameda's shit too? I mean, realistically, shouldn't they have? That's kind of weird. Tesla is approaching 200. Pump, baby, pump. Congratulations, DJ. That's awesome. Yeah, that's weird. How are they still allowed to transfer funds? Unless it was like whoever took the control of their stuff, like in the government, if they're just taking everything and transferring it to one place, I get that. But like, they're not allowed to move the stuff, are they? Because that would be very, very sus and weird.
$3.5 billion. So while the cash balances likely are just going to go down over time unless they recover certain assets, there's a chance the crypto could, continue to increase in value. And they also have quite a bit with Grayscale, Bitwise, and a lot of real estate that they're trying to unwind, and nearly $5 billion worth of venture assets that they've just hired Perella and Partners to unwind.
They paid the right people, said Yankee, and I agree, actually. I do agree that there's definitely offshores BS. I mean, they were in the Bahamas to begin with, so something's going on. Obviously, more things come out every day. I mean, FTX, this whole debacle is not going to go away anytime soon. It's going to be at least ridden out until October, when we find out what happens when they decide to just let him free because he plays stupid. Because I have a feeling that's probably going to happen. I don't think he's going to see jail time, but I hope he does. I mean, he's an asshole. It sucks.
So do we have an update on what the hole is for FTX? And, this is good news for creditors if crypto goes up and, that hole lessens.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the last report was that creditors were owed $8 billion. So with $5.5 billion in liquid assets, there's, about 2.5.
Oh boy. I was hoping it was her camera. That stuff's freezing. What is happening? Let's see. Why are we freezing? Close this. I'm gonna close certain things. Maybe it'll work. Or it won't. Alright. Questions. Ask questions till this thing comes back. And we'll just shoot the breeze, I guess. What the hell? That's awful. Apparently, you cursed my router, Mr. Joker Miner. He said, my router keeps breaking, LOL. And now mine is giving me some shit. Hopefully the stream's fine. Oh, there we go. It's back.
Yeah, so a little bit on that.
What is happening? Why is it?
I'm seeing here.
We can hear it, but we can't see it. All right, I gotta refresh this. Sorry, guys. Let's see. That was weird as hell. That was very weird. Kids are downloading games, probably.
We have an update on what the hole is for FTX. And, this is good news for creditors if crypto goes up and, that hole lessens.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the last report was that creditors were owed $8 billion. So with $5.5 billion in liquid assets.
Wait, creditors are only owed $8 billion in that whole $26 billion he had? Really? Interesting. Yes, the island would have a bathroom, obviously. Come on, Yankee. What the hell? You think I am? Joe Schmo?
There's, about $2.5 billion of a hole.
Yeah, so a little bit on that. I'm seeing here that so we have $5 billion in liquid assets, and when you say liquid assets, I mean, do we know exactly where they're located? You mentioned 101 entities. It's kind of confusing. Like where exactly did those assets are? I mean, in one place?
They're not in one place. They did disclose it in the interim examiner's report. They have a big spreadsheet that just shows different bank accounts for each of these entities, different cold storage wallets that they're in. It's spread across thousands of different places right now. It's not centralized at all.
So a New York judge also has prohibited Sam Bankman-Fried from attempting to contact any former or current employees of Alameda Research or FTX. What can you tell us about that?
No shit. He shouldn't be able to talk to anybody. It's ridiculous. Why is he allowed to talk to anybody or do anything? It's driving me nuts. Fried Electronics says it's 100% a YouTube leg. You like that little clip of Mr. Hot Crypto, don't you?
Yeah, so SBF sent an email to General Counsel Rain Miller asking if he could collaborate with him. The email, just said, I want to go over our recollections. It seems like he wanted to kind of get his facts straight and see, if they're on the same page or not. But that the judge looked at it like it could be witness tampering, and he was told to.
Wait. Hold on. I gotta rewind what she said about that.
What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so SBF sent an email to General Counsel Rain Miller asking if he could collaborate with him. The email, just said, I want to go over our recollections. It seems like he wanted to kind of get his facts straight and see, if they're on the same page or not. But
that kid's full of shit. If they can't read through that, that's insane. Oh, I just want to reach out and recollect with the people I, swindled all this money with. What the frick, man? That's insane.
But, that the judge looked at it like it could be witness tampering, and he was told to stop using Signal to contact any former employees. But his attorney, Sam Cohen, filed a motion objecting to that, saying he needs to talk to his therapist, who's a former employee. His friends are all former employees, and he needs those people for support right now.
He needs those people for support right now. Find a new therapist and get new friends. Period. Like, you're an idiot. You really think, why would they allow you to talk to people you are literally committing crimes with? That makes no sense. None.
And in the same motion, they had the nerve to ask, to bar him from, or to give him access to some of the FTX assets so he could help with transferring funds, which I just thought was incredible that they would, even think to put something like that into a motion. So,
oh my God.
Witness tampering, it usually involves some kind of threat. It's like if you're blackmailing someone, you're threatening physical harm. It's like what the mob bosses used to do before people would go on the juries. They'd say, hey, you show up there, you're dead, or something like that. So I don't think this email to his former lawyer really rises to the standard of actual witness tampering, but it is, it's just not done that he shouldn't be contacting these people anymore.
No. Yeah. So there's this whole issue of the examiner. So now, can you go into a little detail of what's going to go on here? Why they need who's asking for it, and what is the role of the examiner?
Sure. So on February 6th, we'll have the next hearing that determines whether or not the examiner will come into place. And an examiner is someone appointed by the Department of Justice to just unpack everything with all of the different assets, looking for fraud, looking for mismanagement. So here, where we've had such significant allegations of mismanagement, he's already been charged criminally. I would be absolutely shocked if no examiner ends up getting appointed, but it has been a contested motion. FTX attorneys are saying, oh no, we don't need an examiner in here. And then the court and the UCC committee is saying that they do want an examiner. And actually almost every state, or at least, several states, Texas, Florida, Arkansas, Alaska, a lot of states have come together in a joinder motion saying we absolutely want an examiner in here. And you know, if we can look to the examiner report put out by Celsius earlier this week, it was 476 pages and, you know, basically called it a Ponzi scheme. So I think, you know, the examiner added a ton of value in the Celsius case, and it just gives everyone some confidence. I mean, there's,
He's like, all right, lady, breathe. I just want to ask you another question. So he's been charged criminally, right? But they let you go home and live with your parents for 8 months until they decide to charge you. Like, what is that? Like, fuck this kid, put him in jail. Excuse my language, but like, that's exactly how I'm pretty sure everybody that lost money in FTX would feel that way. Like, put him in jail until his court date.
Recordings.
Ugh, boo. I know, Joker Miner, I know. I don't want to hear it. And Dupran, leave me alone. I don't have YouTube Premium.
So your guess is that
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, but just one quick point on that. There's been allegations that Sullivan and Cromwell are not going to explore this as thoroughly as they would have, you know, in, say, the Enron case, because Sullivan and Cromwell were the attorneys advising in this situation. So where there's already been this allegation of, you know, not fully aligned interests here, I think the examiner is someone that's a neutral party that would come in and just kind of explore everything.
And it's most likely to happen.
Just to kind of one detail you mentioned that I find kind of intriguing, this whole Signal thing, like he's not supposed to use Signal, like what is that? Is that even enforceable? Like that seems like a really strange provision. I'm just curious what that's about.
That lady needs to get some like sound squares on her walls echoing everywhere.
Yeah, I was wondering, I mean, that's the application that he's been using to contact people. He emailed Rain.
Real quick, Yeti said they probably let him home so he could do this exact thing, incriminate himself further. They were probably worried that they didn't have enough on him to make it stick. And I agree with that, actually, Yeti, a lot. Because, you know, everything that you say on Twitter, everything that you say anywhere, like this video for me, like it's all out there forever once it's out. You know what I mean? So you're going to get bagged. Like if you're not doing the proper thing, if you're not paying your taxes, if you're making, you know, stupid transactions between like this whole fraudulent business that he's got going on over there, like, yeah, they're going to catch him. They're going to catch him in some sort of stupid lie because clearly he's not a bright guy after everything he's been saying and doing.
Miller. So he contacted him both on Signal and on email. But I was thinking the exact same thing. How are they going to know if he's using Signal? You can delete the messages right away. So I don't know why they wouldn't just say, hey, you know, get off the internet. You know, that's what Ross Ulbright, for example, hasn't had access to the internet for 10 years. And, you know, Sam Bankman-Fried, he complained that the 6 days in prison in the Bahamas, that was the hardest thing about it was no internet. But, you know, here he is blogging and contacting people and, you know, it's just very light bail conditions, that's for sure.
So Sasha, what's on your radar on what's next in the FTX case?
Yeah, we'll listen to this and then I want to get into something else.
I think it'll be interesting to see how the venture deals unwind. I know they have stocks in almost every single crypto company or, you know, some kind of equity asset. So who's going to come in and buy them? What prices are they going to go for? There's, you know, hundreds of companies that are going to be impacted by this. So, you know, all
right, this is just all speculation. I don't really want to listen to that any further. All right, real quick, Mr. Geek of All Trades, I need to open up Discord because I don't have it on my computer right now. I shut it down because it's a pain in the ass sometimes. Give me 1 second. But he just sent me an article, which is quite interesting about Dogecoin. So thank you, Geek of All Trades, for sending that. All right, let's see. What is this? Can I open this? There we go. All right. So let me blow this up a little bit. I haven't read this yet, but it says ancient Dogecoin address suddenly wakes up. A Doge address containing 2 million Doge tokens, $186,000 has recently, let me scroll that in, has recently been activated after a whopping 9.1 years of democracy, according to the data provided by Whale Alert. The activation has drawn attention from the public, with one user nothing that the owner of the address made a whopping 1.5 million at the price peak by investing only $800. Oh shit. Why? Wait. Why? That's crazy. Why the hell wouldn't you sell it back then? That's insane. All right, let's see. Is it worth nothing that the address woke up suddenly after a Financial Times report about Twitter CEO Elon Musk introducing a payment system for the popular social media platform that might include cryptocurrencies such as Doge at a later date, which is kind of interesting. So when they say wake up, did they just send their money out? Is that kind of what's going on there? All right, let's see. Dogecoin has had a further tumultuous history. How do you even say that? I don't even know how to say that. I can't even read. Jeez, that's terrible. All right, the Shiba Inu inspired coin started as a joke between the engineers Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer. The coin combines Bitcoin and Doge, the popular meme featuring an image of Shiba Inu. Yeah, I don't care about that. Whatever. All right, so either way, big ass coin, or big ass wallet rather, with a bunch of Dogecoin came back to life. So that's interesting. I wonder if they sent it to an exchange. I wonder what happened. I need another cup of coffee. God damn it. All right. What do you guys got? What do you guys want to talk about? We got about 5 minutes left or so. And then I'm going to try to come back today if I can around noontime or so. I think actually is probably a good one. All right. You know what? I want to show you guys something. So I made obviously that video. I do have a video coming out this afternoon as well about the ASIC hub if you guys are interested in checking that out. So this is my wallet solo mining stuff, right? Let me big screen that. So I don't like that view. Let's do this view. All right, how's that? So now I'm at 27% luck here. I got my iPolos plugged back in. I got 2 of them in the trailer, kind of keeping that place warm, heating up the batteries, you know, making sure they don't freeze and ruin the degradation of the batteries, or the absorption of the solar panel power. And then I have the gold iPolo just in my garage on Wi-Fi. So that's the only one on Wi-Fi. And I have that plugged in since like a couple hours ago. But either way, once I had my X41U and my X4Q, I had those solo mining. As you guys know, I hit like 5 blocks with those by themselves, and they were the only units plugged into the Ethernet cable. Now that I have the 2 iPolos plugged into Ethernet, the gold one's the only one that's on Wi-Fi. I ended up, as soon as I turned all those on, I got an uncle block at 70% luck. I was right around 66 or so when I turned them on. And then all of a sudden, I turn on the Wi-Fi rigs and the iPolos, which again weren't. I lied. You know what? They were all on Wi-Fi when I first plugged them in, and then I unplugged them and brought them into the trailer, and I have to hardwire them out there. So 70% luck, I hit an uncle block, and I was doing fantastic up until, I mean, obviously I got to 60-something% with just the 2 jazz miners, but still, that's weird to me. I don't know why. It's just weird that the iPolos seem to throw things off. Like, it can't be a coincidence at this point. I mean, is it? I don't know. But legit, last 30 days, 8 blocks. And one of them was an uncle. And again, I only started hitting blocks massively when I unplugged the iPolos. And I plug them back in and I get an uncle. I want to know what you guys think about that, because it really throws me for a loop, and I don't understand why. Get the iPolos unwired. Yeah, so again, I put 2 of them unwired now. And yeah, it was just weird to me, man. Just weird to me. Like, I want to unplug the gold one today, and I want to see. So right now, as you can see, we are at 27% luck. If you can see that right here, 27% luck, right? And I think when I get to 30, if I don't hit a block, my highest one was like, I think it was 33% or something. I hit a block. So right around 30 or so. When I get to that, I will unplug the gold iPolo, the Wi-Fi one, and leave the other ones on. And then I'll probably wait till like 40%, and then I'll unplug those in the garage. I mean, in the trailer. They're plugged in though. So realistically, I want to see if it's just the iPolos that are screwing with things. But I mean, I don't know how that would even make sense. What's an uncle block? So it's not like, you know, your sister calls you and tells you you're about to be an uncle. Like, you're not excited about it, right? So an uncle block is, let's see if there's an actual definition for it, but I think it's a couple people hit it. Let me see. Hold on. Ready? An uncle block is not, let me zoom this in. Uncle block is not on the longest chain. Ethereum incentivizes miners to include a list of uncle, right here. An uncle block has a significantly lower reward. Yeah, I understand that. Is this a definition? Hold on. And increase the security of the chain by augmenting the amount of work on the main chain is done. No, that doesn't get. All right, hold on. There's like a let's see. An uncle block. All right, here we go. Let's see if this is legit. Here we go. When two or more miners produce a block at nearly the same time. That's exactly what I was thinking. I just didn't want to like say it unless I was absolutely correct. So yeah, when you, so it's when you guys are doing like your solo miner, right? When you literally hit that same number at the same time with somebody else, they could be like milliseconds ahead of you. And you hit it like right behind them. It's like, you know what I mean? Like right after each other, you get the friggin' shit end of the stick if you're the guy that was right behind the other guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you tripped over his feet basically, and you get, like in my case right here, I got 0.07 ETC. So I don't even know how much was that. I got $1.79 out of that block because somebody beat me to it. So it goes from $57 or whatever. It was like around 55, right? I got $1.79 out of that $55. So whatever. It sucks. But yeah, that's the definition of an uncle block. Yeah, it's basically a stale share. It's more or less a stale share. Like you get it's like a participation trophy. That's what it is. You get a participation trophy when you hit an uncle block. It's like, oh, congratulations, but you still suck. They give you $1. Oh, it's ridiculous. Obviously, there's a different price per you know, depending on how the uncle goes. Like you don't always get like a specific amount. I don't know how they calculate it, but it sucks. So yeah, I'm usually proud to be an uncle, but today or yesterday, when did I hit it? 2 days ago at this point. I've been upset about it for 2 days. But yeah, so 27%. Either way, what I want to do is, again, I want to unplug the iPolos around 30%, or at least the Wi-Fi one. And then if it gets to 40%, I'll unplug those two. And I want to see if I hit a block. Because like, if it hits right after I unplug those again, like I'm making another video. And I got to find somebody to talk to about it. Like somebody's got to know something, because it doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But either way, the current average hash rate is 2.6 gigahash on ETC. So whatever. Yeah, thanks for playing. That's pretty much what you get. Thanks for playing. Here you go. Here's $1. Here's $1. Go away. Congratulations. But you guys are awesome. I appreciate you all for hanging out with me. Did you get nothing for the uncle block? So no, you get a little bit. You get like a smidgen. So I got 0.07. 0.07. And it was $1.78 USD value. Yeah. So whatever. I got crappy luck since I made that video, but I made it because like I'm not one of those guys that's just gonna like not say anything until I make all the money. You know what I mean? I don't care. I would like you guys to join me if it's worth it solo mining for you. You know, we just hit 28% luck. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I haven't really been checking it as much, but Leo Lusting, appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. All right, guys, hopefully I will see you this afternoon. I'm going to try to go live around, it's either going to be around noon or 2. So I'm trying. I want to get the kids to sleep earlier. So if I can do that, if I can pull that off, I'll go live a little earlier, but it really depends. But either way, you guys are all awesome. Have a good day. I will catch you guys this afternoon. And as always, appreciate you. Peace out. See you soon. Have a good day at work, guys. Crypto Mining Insider, check your DMs, please, if you could still hear me. Appreciate you, buddy.